Yo guys, what's up, what's popping? I'm Justice and I'm back with a new video. In case you're new here, I'm an international student in the US. I'm in Michigan and I moved to the US 2 years ago. And in this video, I'm about to show you how much I spend in a month as an international student. So let's get right into it. Pew! So guys, let's talk about rent. Rent is basically the biggest bill for literally anyone living in the US. Maybe, I'm not sure, but our rents here in the US are expensive depending on the state though. But in Michigan, yeah, definitely the rent is expensive. So I live in Garden City, Michigan. It's like a very small town in Michigan. And basically I live in a one-bedroom flat, a one-bedroom apartment. And it's not too fancy, not too luxurious, but it's clean, quiet, and of course I like my space. So basically some people split rents with like having a roommate and split the bills, split the rent, split the utilities, and basically everything. But for me, I prioritize my peace of mind and I like my privacy, so I want to live alone. Reason I live alone, and it's worth it because you get to do things whenever you want to do it, however you want to do it, and I get to stay alone. So basically how much I pay a month for rent is $1,000. I pay $1,000 a month on my rent because it's a one-bedroom flat. The difference between a one-bedroom flat and a two-bedroom flat is maybe $100–200 most times. A two-bedroom flat in my apartment is like $1,200, like $1,200, and people would like rent a two-bedroom flat and split it and be paying like $600 each. So rather than paying $1,000 like me, most people could pay $600 just by having a roommate. But there are some downsides of having a roommate. You don't get your privacy. You could come home and you could see like lots of visitors from your other roommate, and you don't do things whenever you want to do it. You could come back home and you see the restroom is dirty or the bathroom is dirty or something. But living alone, things like that don't usually happen. I could leave my house messy if I want to. So let's go to the next bill. So the next thing on our list is your utility bills. So usually in most countries they do have like all utility bills included in your rent, and in some apartments in Michigan or some other states they do have utilities included in your rent. But most apartments require separate utility bill. Like mine, I pay a separate utility bill. So things included in your utility bills are your electricity, water, and heat. So during the summer your utility bills are cheaper, but winter in Michigan you'll cry. Utility bills are expensive in Michigan. Reason is because in Michigan it snows, and when it snows you get to like turn on the heat. It's cold, like it's very cold. It gets as low as -40 degrees most times in Michigan. Summer is hot, so I don't get to turn on my heater. So I basically pay like $100 for just my water and electricity. But during the winter I pay like $150 for both my water, electricity, and heat. It all depends on your utilization though. Let's go back to the next thing. So guys, let's talk about feeding. So basically I spend like $500 on feeding in a month. Chill, before you shout, let me break that down for you. I cook at home and I eat out a lot. Reason I spend $500 a month is because I go to grocery shopping 2 to 3 times in a month. I spend at least $100, so basically that's $300, right? Yes, I cook at home and I eat out a lot, but as a Nigerian I try to stick to Nigerian meals only. I shop at African markets, which is not cheap. And aside that, I go to the restaurant at least maybe twice in a week. I would go to a restaurant, and every time I go to a restaurant I spend at least $50 on food. We know restaurant foods are not cheap, so basically I spend like $200 a month on restaurant foods. So that's like $500 a month on just feeding. But food is my comfort. I have a car, so gas is a must. So it costs about $50 for me to fill up my tank, and I buy gas like 3 times in 2 weeks. So basically I spend $300 on gas every month for my car. But you could always find some cars with better fuel consumption. So let's talk about car maintenance. I try to stay ahead of car problems, so I usually go for my oil changes, tire rotations, and general checkup for my car every month. But I don't get to do oil changes every month. I do them like once in 3 months, but for the general checkup it has to be every month. And I basically set aside like it's $9 just for my general checkup, or rather to service my car. I honestly hate car problems, reason I service my car every month, but you could also live without servicing your car every month, so you save yourself $89 every month. But you could also get stranded on the road if you have car issues, so better safe than stranded. So let's talk about car insurance. Michigan is known for one of the most expensive car insurance in the US. So basically we pay car insurance every month in case we get into an accident, so we could be safe. And I spend about $260 every month on car insurance. Especially for young drivers, car insurance could go as high as $200, $300 or even $400 a month. But basically I pay $260 a month. But you could always find a cheaper car insurance company. Maybe if you're in some other state, but in Michigan, car insurance are basically very higher in Michigan. But if you're in states like Miami or Houston or somewhere else, you could find cheaper insurance there. There are so many insurance companies and it depends on your kind of package, but my kind of package is the full coverage insurance and I pay $260 for mine. So next up, let's talk about phone bill. So in the US we pay phone bill every single month. So I use an unlimited data, text and calls package and I pay about $45 a month on just that. It's not fancy, but it does the job. So there are many companies like AT&T, Verizon, Xfinity, but I use Xfinity personally and it does the job, trust me. So I had to make a quick stop at Dollar Tree. I just basically came here to get some books and pens for my next semester startup. So let's talk about my Wi-Fi bill. I usually pay about $55 on my Wi-Fi, my home Wi-Fi rather. You know, I told you about the phone bill, which I pay about $45 for my phone bill, and I pay for my Wi-Fi $55 for my Wi-Fi bill. And it's basically the Wi-Fi bill is the one I keep at home, so I use like a very high network at home. It's about a 1 gig per second Wi-Fi. But for the phone one, the one I pay for my phone, which is like my regular SIM card, you know, you can't use the Wi-Fi for calls, you need the SIM card for calls, right? So I pay about $45 for my phone bill and $55 for my Wi-Fi every single month. So the last basic expense I make in a month is I spend on my haircut. So I get a haircut every 2 weeks and each costs about $40 and that's $80 in a month, and that's like the basic thing I spend on. Like, so guys, you know, these bills could be higher or lower, it depends on the kind of lifestyle you live, but I would suggest you try to make your bills lower and not be like me. So in a month I spend $2,479 in a month. That's basically $2,500 in a month. But trust me, I spend more than this because like I didn't calculate like bills I pay for like shopping. Those aren't bills, but like money I spend on shopping, for clothes, money I spend on like maybe dashing people or stuff. So I basically spend much more than $2,500 in a month. But like this is like the basic, the minimum I would spend in a month. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see on this channel, and if you have any questions regarding to moving to the US, just drop them in the comment section and I'll be replying to all your comments. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe on this video. See you next time. Bye.